Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing a chit chat get ready with me. So let's just get started. I didn't want to waste our time by rambling, so let's just get started. I did my eyebrow off camera, by the way, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just chat as I'm getting ready. And for moisturizer today I'll be using the Clinique Dramatically Different Oil-Free Gel. Let me see if I can zoom in. Excuse my nails, they're pretty ugly. Okay, that's the moisturizer I'll be using. Okay, when I finish moisturizing, I'll be doing the chit chat with you guys. What I'll be covering today. This is my first time actually doing a chit chat get ready with me, because I prefer doing voiceover because I tend to forget what I'm saying. So let's just get started. I'm gonna moisturize my forehead just a little bit. Okay, for foundation today, I'm not sure which foundation I'll be using. I have so many, I'm not sure which one I'll be using. Okay, let's find the foundation I'll be using. I guess I don't know what foundation I'll be using. Today I'll be using the Kat Von D Lacquer and Foundation, and then I'm in the color Deep 79. This foundation is very thick. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the back of my hand. It's very thick. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it with a different foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it with the MAC foundation, because I think the MAC foundation is more on the dewy side. I don't know if it's just me, but I think it's very dewy, that foundation. And then I'll be using in the color NW50. The reason that I'm not showing you the foundation is because it's pretty dirty. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting my dot of foundation on my face, and then I'll do the chit chat, what I'll be covering today. And then the big topic I'll be covering today is definitely my pregnancy journey, how I found out I was pregnant, how far along I am, first trimester. I'm midway through my second trimester, so I'll be covering all of those topics. Okay, for my brush today, I'll be using a tiny little brush. This is the Emax Design brush. It's a flat brush. Okay, I did have my note ready just so I won't forget anything. Let me see, what's my first topic? My first question is, let me go ahead and find that. I should have been more prepared, but when did I find out I was pregnant? So I found out that I was pregnant. I was 6 weeks into the pregnancy. So that's when I found out I was pregnant. I've been having a period since I was like 12 years old. I've never had a missed period before. I know a lot of girls can like have their period in the beginning of the month, have it by the end. Some people, they don't even know when their period is coming. For me, that's not the case. I'm one of those people who always know when my period is coming. So my period was supposed to come on February 10th, because I had my period on January 9th of 2020. So my period was supposed to come January 10th. How my period work, if I have my period on January 9th, I'm most likely going to have it on February 10th or February 8th. It's always one day before or one day late. To me, that's not pretty late. That I have a pretty regular period. So I was waiting for my period and I didn't see it. I was like, okay, maybe that I'm stressed and everything. That's probably why it's missing. I'm not going to worry too much about it, because if I worry about it, that might make it not come even more. Because if we're stressed, sometimes that can take an effect on a period. So I was just like, okay, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just gonna go with the flow. And one day I was getting off work. It was a Sunday. I was getting off work. I was so bored, and I was like, okay, my period is not coming. I'm not gonna freak out, but whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a pregnancy test. Mind you, I went to the store, I bought beer and then a pregnancy test. I was like, should I take a pregnancy test first, or should I drink my beer first? I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and take the pregnancy test. So I go ahead and take the pregnancy test, and to resume back to the story, I was saying, what was I saying again? I've been forgetting things lately. So I was just like, should I drink my beer first or do the pregnancy test? And I go ahead and I was like, okay, fine, I'll just do the pregnancy test first and then do my beer after I see that I'm not pregnant. But though, before I even found out that I was pregnant, I did notice I was so tired all the time. I usually go to bed at 2:30, and that whole entire week from the end of January to the beginning of February, I was just so tired. I had no energy to do anything. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so I was at Walgreens. I go ahead and took the pregnancy test there. Actually, I didn't even go home. I decided to just take it there because I just didn't want to wait till I get home. And you know, they say when you take a pregnancy test, you have to wait 2 minutes to find the result. That wasn't the case for me. I literally urinated. By the time I finished, the 2 line was shown. I don't know why I already know how pregnancy tests work. I've never taken a pregnancy test prior to that, but I already knew how it was. I knew the 2 line mean you're pregnant, the 1 line you're not pregnant. I was like, I saw the 2 line, I was like, no, I can't be pregnant. And I was like, around that time, 7 days late for my period. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna freak out. If I'm pregnant, oh well. I'm 22 years old. Obviously, I'm not ready to have a baby yet, but I was like, screw this. I'm just gonna go home and tell my boyfriend. And then I came home and I told my boyfriend. Obviously, it was a bit struggle for us because we're ready to have a baby. I'm not gonna be like, we're so joyful and it was the best thing ever. It's like when you're trying to have a baby, when you find out you're pregnant, it's very exciting. But if you're not prepared to have a baby and then you find out that you're pregnant, it's a bit scary. And I told him, I was like, okay, fine, let's just go to the emergency room. And then we went and got to the emergency room. And I remember the doctor came back, and after like 5 minutes, and he was like, you are in fact pregnant, you should start taking your prenatal vitamin. It was literally, the entire room went like black, and then I wasn't hearing anything because it was so scary. I was like, oh my god, this man is telling me I'm pregnant. I didn't even know I was fertile. I don't know why I thought I was fertile, but I guess I am. By the way, for concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. Excuse my nails, they're so dirty. And then I'm using that in the color tan. I'm probably not showing this properly, but this concealer burned me a little bit. Like, I'll go back to the topic. I just don't like that, the fact that this concealer is just, sometimes I feel like it makes me burny, kind of. Maybe not. Maybe it's just in my head. I don't know. I just feel like this concealer sometimes can burn me a little bit. That used to be my favorite concealer, but that's whatever. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and add another concealer just because I'm extra like that. I'm gonna be using the Juvia concealer in the color 12. So I'm just adding a little bit more. We like a full beat here. We don't like medium beat. We like a full beat. I don't really do this properly. I know some people take their time to do the concealer. I don't. I tell my mom, because she's a bit strict. I don't know if she thought I was, everyone know that I wasn't ready to have a baby at that time. Like I said, I'm 22. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm super young, but I'm not super old. Most people start having baby when they're like 30, when you have your shit together. Anyway, so the next day I go ahead and call my mom. I was like, I know you like to overreact over nothing, over a little thing, which that wasn't a little thing. I just didn't want to hear her comment because it was very scary going through that pregnancy while I wasn't ready to have a baby. So I told her, I was like, by the way, I'm pregnant. I don't want to hear any of your negative energy, any negative thing. I'm just telling you, and I'm keeping the baby, things like that, because I never wanted to have an abortion. I know that's a sensitive topic for some people. Some people are pro-life, pro-choice. I am pro-life. for myself, but I'm pro-choice for other people. If you don't want to keep a baby, and I think that's not fair to go through that process knowingly that you don't want to have a baby. But if you want to have one, and I think it's fair for you to have one, I'm not gonna go into that debate really. I'm just pro-choice for myself, pro-life for myself, and then pro-choice for other people. You can do whatever makes you happy, whatever best for you. That's how I go about things. Anyway, I told her, she was like, well, you're an adult, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but I'm glad you decided to keep the baby. Things like that. And I was good from the second week of June, not June, from the second week of February. Mind you, I got pregnant by the end of January, and I was good for the first week of February. I had no issues. I was doing okay. I was just very tired. A girl was tired. Like, I was very tired. I had no nausea, no vomiting. And then by the end of February, ladies, I don't know what happened. By the end of February, oh Lord, I don't know what happened. I remember it was around February 26th. I started feeling very, very, very nauseous. My Lord, when I told you I was nauseous, I was nauseous. But I wasn't vomiting. I was just very, very nauseous. So, and then by the first week of March, homegirl was vomiting from like 5 a.m. till I go to bed. And then my doctor had prescribed me promethazine. I don't know if anyone knows about that. I'm sure everyone knows about promethazine. Mine was prescribed because obviously when you're pregnant, you cannot take anything because you don't want to do some effect on the baby. So they prescribed me promethazine, and I had to take it every 6 hours. But that thing will make me so tired. I would be driving, I'm vomiting. I'm sitting, I'm vomiting. I couldn't smell anything. I couldn't even keep water down. I started feeling sick from week 8. I found out I was pregnant when I was 6 weeks along, and I started being sick around week 8. Around week 9 and 10, it was the worst week ever. I remember I was driving one day coming from work. I had to pull over. I couldn't even drive anymore. I was so sick. I mean, I know a lot of people who've been pregnant before that has experiencing morning sickness. For me, it wasn't morning sickness. It was an all-day thing. I was sick throughout the entire day without a break. I had no 30-second. I would go to the fridge. That fridge would scare me. I see people, they scare me. Any smell would bother me. I was just sick. I just wanted to stay in my bed. Getting up, going to take a shower, that was like a chore. Eating, that was a chore. At one point, I didn't eat anymore. I lost 10 pounds on my first trimester. And then I would find myself Googling every day, when are you gonna start feeling better? They say as soon as you hit the second trimester, you will feel better. But I was like 14 weeks in, and I was still vomiting, and like I was still nauseous all day long. And I was Googling and Googling. Everyone would be like, it's okay, you'll feel better, things like that. But man, I wasn't feeling better. I was like vomiting. Like, I think I vomited at least 10 times a day. At least 10 times a day. And I was nauseous without a break. It was the worst. Anyway, I'll get back to my story. For setting powder today, I'll be using the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder, and then I'm mixing it with the Juvia powder. My things are a bit dirty, excuse me. I'll be using the Juvia powder, and then I'll be using the Airspun powder. I don't know where the top is at. I don't know what I did to it. And then I'll be using the Airspun powder extra coverage. I use a lot of setting powder because I'm a very oily person. So, okay. I'm gonna use the same beauty blender that I used earlier to set it. I'm gonna go ahead and look up and set it. Because that part I have to set it really well. Because if I don't set my under eyes well, I start to crease. Or like the makeup start to move. I usually use a beauty blender first. I look up to set it. Beauty blender first. It looks like I'm doing it really hard, but I am. Because I really don't like And I set my ears too, because I don't like when my ears is like wet, and I set my under neck. And I am wearing a dress. It's just a bandeau kind of dress. Wearing a dress. Okay. Alrighty. So what I like to do, I'm gonna go with the NYX powder, and then I'm gonna go with the flat little foundation brush. This is a foundation brush. I've had this one for over like 5 years now, and it's starting to fall apart. I don't remember where I got that one. So what I like to do, I like to use the NYX powder and twirl this in there, dab the excess powder, and then I'm gonna go ahead and press it in. I feel like when I do that, it covers my under eye bag. I do have a lot of under eye bag. It's not because I'm not sleeping. I sleep like 13 to 14 hours a night. So I am sleeping perfectly fine. I just have very dark under eye circle. Okay. We're looking very smooth, very smooth. To go back to my story, and I was 14 weeks in, and I still wasn't feeling good. I was still nauseous, and I was still doing the vomiting, things like that. And I keep asking my mom, when am I gonna feel good? And then my doctor told me if I'm 14 weeks and I'm not feeling good, I'm probably gonna start feeling good by 16 to 18 weeks. Some women, they experience nausea and vomiting throughout their entire pregnancy. I was like, well, hell no, I cannot feel the way that I'm feeling for an entire like 9 months. Like, I just know myself, I won't make it through. And for contouring, I'll be using a foundation. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Contour foundation. It's in the color 380. I'm using a foundation for my contour rather than a contouring stick or a contouring cream. It's because I cannot find any contour that matches my skin tone. I honestly don't know what people are doing. Somebody let me know. I just could never find a contouring shade that fits me. I'm gonna go ahead, put it in my forehead, the hollow of my cheekbone, and then under my jawline. I usually start on my jawline just because I prefer doing it like that. So anyway, I wasn't feeling good at all with the nausea and the vomiting. Oh my god, I was really sick. And then around week 16, I used to vomit like 10 times a day, like I said, and I started to vomit once every 2 days, and I started to feel better. And I started to eat. I still wasn't good though. I used to have terrible morning sickness, aka all day sickness. So I stopped having the all day sickness. I started to feel sick now in the afternoon, but it wasn't like the same way like it was before, because I was very sick, like I said. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face real quick and then get back to my story time. This is usually why I don't talk while I do my makeup, because I feel like I get distracted real quick, and then if I get distracted, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm gonna set my face and then get back to my story. Hopefully I remember where I stopped. I'm gonna go ahead and snatch my nose. I'm gonna give myself a little tiny cute nose. I'm gonna be using the same powder, just with a smaller brush. So what I like to do, I like to contour my nose. Start from my eyebrow. I start right here. I have reason to believe this brush is dirty. I'm not sure, but I have reason to believe, because I feel like it's giving me a very dark contour line. Yeah, I don't like the dark contour line at all. I like mine to be a bit on the softer side, and this is kind of like dark. I do not like that. So I changed to a brush. I don't remember the name of my brush because I haven't used them in a long time. Since that I haven't used them, I bought them a long time ago, so I don't remember the name of them. So I'm going to continue putting my camera at die. If you see that I jump straight to the video, it's just my camera at die. So I'm just gonna draw those like black line on my nose. Let me show you guys. I'm just gonna go and draw like very weird line on my nose, but then I'm gonna blend it. I'm gonna go with the bigger brush and then blend the nose contour. I'm trying to get a very small nose. I'm doing an illusion that I have a small nose. Well, I don't. See, my nose looking more narrow. That is one of the reasons why I like to contour my nose. I just like having a cute nose. Obviously, I will never have surgery. Like, let me not say never have surgery. That's a bit harsh. I'm not the kind of girl that believes in Botox, filler, all those things people do. So I'm not gonna say never, but I like my nails, but I don't love it. But since there's makeup, so I don't need to like make it look, change it. I feel like my nose contour got a bit out of hand. It got darker, so I'm gonna go ahead with my foundation brush and like run it over it just to make it like less harsh. I'm gonna look more toward that side just because my lighting is showing better on that side. So okay. You know, I'm gonna go and contour, put some setting powder on this side of my nose because I feel like it's getting out of control a little bit. So I just grab the excess powder and I dab it in the back of my hand just to remove the powder because I don't want too much powder, just a little bit. Okay, I pinched it. This is a normal beauty blender. I pinched it and then look down, raise my eyebrow just so I could get in there to give my nose a pointy illusion. My face is looking very ugly right now. I don't know what kind of face I'm making, but anyway. I'm just stretching out my entire face to make a pointy nose. I like my nose contour. It faded a little bit, but it's okay. And then I'm gonna go back again with the brush. Do it again. Oh God, the struggle is real. By the way, I have a mole on my nose. I said this before, I'm gonna say it for the 100 millionth time. I hated that mole my entire childhood. My God, I hated it. I said as soon as I become an adult, I'm gonna remove it. Now that I'm an adult, I feel like it's one of the best part of my face. When my mole is not there, I just freak out. I feel like I lose part of myself. It's so dramatic, but I feel like I lose part of myself. So when my mole gets disappear while I do my makeup, I go ahead with a liquid liner. This is the Wet n Wild liquid liner. So what I do, I go ahead and emphasize it. Go with my liquid liner and do the little dot here just to emphasize it because it disappeared a little bit. It's still here, but I just like my mole. You know, that's part of me. I feel like that's my identity. I can't talk while doing this. You guys just have to watch. So I finished up doing up my mole. I like it, what it looks like right now. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna go off camera and do my eyeshadow. I'm not showing you how I do my eyeshadow just because I'm not too good at doing my eyeshadow. Plus I don't like doing full eyeshadow. I'm not the biggest fan of eyeshadow, but at the same time I don't like when my my eyelid looks too ghostly. So I'm gonna go off of camera and do my eyeshadow. Okay, I did go out of camera and do my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead again to do my waterline with the Gem Shop palette, and then I'll be using that brown color, the most brown color this side. I definitely need a manicure. And then I'm gonna just be looking up, and as I'm running that under my waterline, because I'm trying to smoke the bottom lashes too. So basically what I'm doing is just running it under my waterline while I'm looking up, because when I do that I feel like it's the most effective one. Ow. This powder is going on my eyes, just painful a little bit. I do not like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing, because I actually like when my waterline and my eyelid matches. I don't like when they're like two different colors. I know I'm making the weirdest eyes ever, but I'm just trying to smoke on my lower lash line too. By the way, this is coming up as black on camera. It's not black, it's actually brown. My eyeshadow, I kind of forget. I'm gonna use the NYX blush, and then for highlighter I'll be using the Wet n Wild too. This is my favorite highlighter. That's why I don't even try to change it. And why I use this one a lot, because I really like orange blush on my skin complexion. I feel like it looks so nice on me. So anyway, so and around week 18, like I was saying earlier, I don't know if that's where I left off, but we'll write it out. Around week 18, and I started to vomit instead of like 10 times a day. I started to do it once every 2 days. And then when I hit week 20, I started to feel this little flutter. Baby giving me those little quickening, and then fluttering, all those things. So basically what I was saying, my first trimester was suck overall. If anyone is pregnant watching this, I don't know if I have any followers that's pregnant, but I just wanted to say you're not alone. If you're on your first trimester and it feels like hell, you feel like you're dying, I'm sure you are. Like, not saying I'm sure you are in a weird way, but I'm sure you are really going through it. Remember that you're not alone. There's other women going through that process. The result of this, you basically carrying life inside of you. Just don't put expectation, because even myself, sometimes I put so much expectation on me. I want me to be at this place, I'm feeling good like every other person, but that's not your story, that's not your journey, that's theirs. That's okay. And if you're one of those unfortunate people who have nausea and vomiting throughout your entire pregnancy, my heart goes out to you, because it's literally the worst, because it sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. So to wrap up my story, basically my first trimester, it was horrible, and I was sick from week 8 to week 16, 17ish, and I stopped vomiting around week 18. And I was, because I'm not sure if I missed anything on my story time. I probably did. I feel like I was rambling, but probably you guys get the story, what I was trying to say. Which one do I want to use? Do I want to use the Revlon, this color? I wish I had people like in the comment section telling me what to pick. Like this one or this one. Which one do I want to wear? You know, I'll go with this one. I don't know. I'll go with this one. It's whatever. It's not even showing on camera how pretty this color is on me. My skin tone, just whatever. Oops. You know what? I'm gonna add another color in the center. This is the NYX one. And the color Copenhagen. I did not say this one right, but oh well. I'm gonna just go with the darker purple-ish and put it in the middle. I wonder if I should be going with this one, the Maybelline Make It Dewy, or do I want the Wet n Wild one? Do I want my face dewy? Do I want my face dewy? Oh, gosh, I hate picking. Anyway, I'm gonna just do the Wet n Wild first, and then go with the Maybelline, not Maybelline, what am I saying? Milani one. Let's just fan it, girl. Fan, 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 fan. Do I not have my hair down? Do I want to have my hair down? I'm gonna go with the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. This spray smells so good. I literally feel like I could drink it because it smells so good. Oof. I don't know what's going on with my eyelashes, honestly. I'm not even going to try because I'm wearing some falsies. They're looking funny. I'm not even going to try, so let's just put my hair down. I wasn't gonna put it down, but it's so disgusting, so dirty. Dropping things, oh, I'm squirting, dropping things everywhere. Whoopsie. Let's just put some in my hair. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know. Where should I go? Have some cornrow here. I'm gonna spray my hair a little bit. Just as you can see, I'm being a little bit extra. I'm filming myself way too much. You know what, pause. I'm gonna go ahead and use another spray just to make my hair smell nice. We'll be right using the olive oil sheen spray. Oh god, I'm doing way too much. This is not a hair makeup tutorial. Ooh, that smells so nice. Oh sister. Oh, we're going there. First trimester got me messed up, so woo. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this Chit Chat Get Ready With Me Pregnancy Edition makeup video. It was very fun and a little bit stressful doing this because I usually don't do like talk through video. This time I was able to do a Chit Chat Get Ready With Me with you guys. I was able to interact with you guys. That's me being extra, you know. Thank you so much for watching again one more time. I'll see you next time on my next video. Bye bye now.